Okay, let's get started. I'm gonna start you guys off with the video, okay? Because I'm gonna pick the shortest one. It's one of the three videos that I put in the beginning. So they're all good. Actually, they're all really good, but these are a little bit longer, so I'm just gonna keep it short. And I like it because it really touches on what we're actually like real life scenarios, okay? And this whole activity is based on several real life scenarios, okay? So let's go ahead and just start by watching this video.
It's often said that despite humanity's many conflicts, we all breathe the same blood. It's a nice thought, but not quite accurate. In fact, our blood comes in a few different varieties. Our red blood cells contain a protein called hemoglobin that binds to oxygen, allowing the cells to transport it throughout the body. But they also have another kind of complex protein on the outside of the cell membrane. These proteins, known as antigens, communicate with white blood cells, immune cells that protect against infection. Antigens serve as identifying markers, allowing the immune system to recognize your body's own cells without attacking them as foreign bodies. The two main kinds of antigens, A and B, determine your blood type. But how do we get four blood types from only two antigens? Well, the antigens are coded for by three different alleles, varieties of a particular gene. While the A and B alleles code for A and B antigens, the O allele codes for neither. And because we inherit one copy of each gene from each parent, every individual has two alleles determining blood type. When these happen to be different, one overrides the other, depending on their relative dominance. For blood types, the A and B alleles are both dominant, while O is recessive. So A and A gives you type A blood, while B and B gives you type B. If you inherit one of each, the resulting codominance will produce both A and B antigens, which is type AB. The O allele is recessive, so either of the others will override it when they're paired, resulting in either type A or type B. But if you happen to inherit two O's, instructions will be expressed that make blood cells without the A or the B antigen. Because of these interactions, knowing both parents' blood types lets us predict the relative probability of their children's blood types. Why do blood types matter? For blood transfusions, finding the correct one is a matter of life and death. If someone with type A blood is given type B blood, or vice versa, their antibodies will reject the foreign antigens and attack them, potentially causing the transfused blood to clot. But because people with type AB blood produce both A and B antigens, they don't make antibodies against them, so they will recognize either as safe, making them universal recipients. On the other hand, people with blood type O do not produce either antigen, which makes them universal donors, but will cause their immune system to make antibodies that reject any other blood type. Unfortunately, matching donors and recipients is a bit more complicated due to additional antigen systems, particularly Rh factor, named after the rhesus monkeys in which it was first isolated. Rh plus or Rh minus refers to the presence or absence of the D antigen of the Rh blood group system. And in addition to impeding some blood transfusions, it can cause severe complications in pregnancy. If an Rh negative mother is carrying an Rh positive child, her body will produce Rh antibodies that may cross the placenta and attack the fetus, a condition known as hemolytic disease of the newborn. Some cultures believe blood type to be associated with personality, though this is not supported by science. And though the proportions of different blood types vary between human populations, scientists aren't sure why they evolved, perhaps as protection against blood-borne diseases, or due to random genetic drift. Finally, different species have different sets of antigens. In fact, the four main blood types shared by us apes seem paltry in comparison to the 13 types found in dogs.
Wow, 13 types on dog. Anyways, okay, that is interesting there. Okay, well, there's the two other videos. Also, whenever you have a chance, you could go ahead and review those. And I know that near Paul, we did it last time in class. Okay, so now let's go ahead and fill in. We're gonna label the image here with the blood type that matches the row the information shown. Now, keep in mind that the antigens determine the blood type. When we're talking about antibodies, it's because they want to reject anything that is foreign. Okay, anti is against it, right? Why? Because they're foreign antigens. So if it has an antibody B, that means this red blood cell is against B. So that means this red blood cell has to be an A. You see that? So I'm going to help you with that one. Okay, so with A. Now, this A can give to A, of course, because they have the same red blood cells, or it could also can give to AB, right? Because you know it won't attack it. It has only A in here. Okay, so now it can get from, however, this A red blood cells can get transfusion from the A only from the A, or from the O. Okay, why the O? Because the O, I'll show you in a little bit, it has really no antigens. So this was the A and the O. Okay, this one's keep in mind that the A has only antibody B. Okay, that's why you cannot, this person that has red blood cell cannot get the red blood cells of B. That's why it's only A or O. Okay, it's only A or O. You see that? Okay, now let's look at the next one. Okay, so in the chat, I want at least 2 or 3 of you, at least, or several of you, to make sure you participate and help out the class. We're going to work on together. Aaliyah, Alondra, Braxton, Deandra, Fatima, Isaiah, Joshua, Carla, Lorenzo, Thalia. You know, we all work together to help with this practice. Okay, so let's look at the next one. What would be this red blood cells when it has antibody A? Can give to B or AB. Okay, and can get from B and O. Very good, Braxton and Fatima, good job. It is B, thank you very much. Awesome, Lorenzo. Okay, now let's look at the third one. Now this chart is pretty handy for later on too. Okay, if you look at the third one, this one has both antigens A and B, no antibodies. Think about it, if it had any antibodies like either an A or B, it would be attacking its own blood. So no, that's why it has no antibodies. Ah, very good, Fatima, very good. And then it can give to AB, of course. And it can get from, however, if you look at it, it's a universal recipient, this one, because it could get from A, it could get from B, it could get from AB or O. Very good. This one would be AB. Okay, this one will be AB. How about the one that has no antigen? You see how it's all bald through the outside? It has no antigens, no antigens. So no protein outside its red blood cells. But it has antibody A and B. Why? Because it has the antibody AB, because that's the one it's going to go fight against the A and B. Okay, especially if you have this red blood cell. Very good. It's O. Very good. However, this one, I mean, if you have the red blood cells O, of course, you're going to have antibodies AB. However, if your if your red blood cells are A, you can get O. O is a universal donor. It could give it to the A, the B. Why? Because really there's no antibodies O. You know what I mean? So it will fight against it. Okay, so keep that in mind in the back of your head, and this will be a good guide just in case later on the questions. This is a great guide. Okay, now let's look at the next ones. Now, highlight by clicking the antigen or antigens that would exist on red blood cells if a person was type AB negative blood. What antigens exist? Is it A antigen, B antigen, or Rh antigen? Now, antigen is a little protein. Sometimes we use it interchangeably either through RHs or AB. Okay? Very good, Braxton. Very good, Londra. Come on, you guys. A little bit more participation, you guys. Practice it. Yes, very good. Since it's AB, then it will be A antigen and B antigen. Okay, now it doesn't have an RH. Why? Because it's negative. Only if it's positive, then it would have the RH antigen. So you just need those two. Okay. Joshua, make sure you just came in, but make sure you participate too. Highlight by clicking the antibodies that will exist on blood plasma if a person was type AB negative blood. Now keep in mind that antibodies, they reject foreign antigens. So if you're A blood type, it will be against B. Why? Because, I mean, it will attack it. You're not part of the group. You're not part of the crowd. We only allow A blood type. So here it's AB though. It would be AB. So what antibodies does it have? If it has both, I mean, it would have no antibodies. Very good. I mean, if it would, even if it had A antibody, it would attack it. If it would have B antibody, it would attack it. So your blood it doesn't make sense for it to attack its own blood. You know what I mean? So think of it like that. Okay, very good, you guys. Awesome, Fatima, Braxton, you're awesome, and Alondra, good job. So this one has no antibodies because it already has AB. Okay, highlight by clicking the blood type that would only have RH. It has it. So RH is in there. And A antigens on the surface of the red blood cells. What would it be? It has A antigens. Remember that the antigens determine the blood type. Okay? And RH is if you have it or you don't. Ah, very good, Braxton. Very good, Fatima. Come on, you guys. It only has A antigens. So if it has A antigens, that means it's an A. It's one of these two. But it has RH too. So RH is either it's positive or negative. If you have it, then it's positive. Simple as that. Okay? Let's go look at the next one. Highlight by clicking the blood type that would have no, now this one has nada, no RH antigens, no RH, but only have B antigens on the surface of the red blood cells. What would it be? No RH and B antigens. Very good, Braxton. Again, it has B. Very good, Alondra. Yes. Oh, wait. Hold on. No RH. Oh, yeah, my bad. It has no RH, so you got it. Very good, Fatima, Alondra, Braxton. On this one, it will not have A. This one only has B. Remember, the antigens determine the blood type. So if it's B, then it would just be B, one of these two. And it has no RH, so it's a negative. Okay, so it will be B, B, and then no RH, negative. The next one, very good, Aaliyah, awesome. Okay, highlight by clicking the blood type that would only have anti-B antibodies flowing through their blood plasma. So anti-B antibodies. Again, antibodies reject foreign antigens, okay, and attack them, potentially clotting the blood. So it's against it. So that means it's why? Because to protect the red blood cells, to protect the red blood cells. So it's usually the opposite. It is the opposite. It is against the B. Why? Because it has to be a what? It has to be an A for sure. Now, highlight by clicking the blood that would only have anti-B antibodies flowing through the blood plasma. Let's see here. This is it. I'm overthinking it here. I already taught it 3 times here. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the next one. It is A. Okay. Lincoln has lost a lot of blood and needs transfusion. Doctors at the hospitals have identified that he has A blood type. Which blood type can he safely receive? Highlight by clicking the correct blood types. Now again, he's A blood type, so for sure, A, for sure. And which is now he's the one that is receiving it, right? So who's a universal donor? Who is a universal donor? Well, it is the O. It is A and then the O. Now you give a B though, think about it. This one has B antigens. So that's foreign. Like that's like an invader. So your white blood cells, that's where you have those antibodies. They will attack that blood and you will die if you don't get help right away. Okay, so if you get the wrong blood type, you will die. Okay, so be very careful on that one because B again is a foreign invader. Okay, that's why it's anti-B for A blood type. It's against the B. You see that? Okay, let's go ahead and go to the next one. A patient at Leshank Memorial Hospital has no antibodies in their plasma. No antibodies, by the way. So circle the blood types that the patient can receive in a blood transfusion. Highlight by clicking the correct blood types. So what is that? Again, no antibodies in their plasma. Oh, very good, Fatima. Very good, you're awesome. Kind of like a trick question, right? A little bit, right? So if it has no antibodies, so is it fighting anything? No, it's not fighting anything. Antibodies are there to fight foreign invaders. If you don't have no antibodies, that means none of them are foreign. You see, none of them are foreign invaders. Okay, it's not gonna fight anybody, okay, because it has no antibodies. Now, I could show you really quick here. Let me see here. The one that has no antibodies is the AB. You see that? No antibodies. It can give to AB, but can get from any of them. Okay? Where am I? So it can receive blood pressure from any. Okay. Patsy donates blood to the American Red Cross. They inform her that she has no antigens in her red blood cells. What blood type can use her blood? What blood types can use her blood? And some of you are like, oh yeah, I read it wrong too. Don't worry, I did read it wrong too. Yeah, I was like, oh wait a minute, because I had it in the beginning too. And it would be the opposite. It was asking, can you use her blood? Like if it was receiving, right? But this one, what blood test can use her blood? So it would be all of them. You see that? It would be all of them. Okay, so again, if we look at the chart in the back, antigens can give to A, the B, A, B, and O. Okay? It really has a lot to do what antibodies you have or not. You know what I mean? If you are A, you know what I mean? It would be just antibody. There's no antibody O. You know what I mean? So that's why you can give it to anybody. So it's kind of like a trick question on that one. Okay, let's go to number 11. Good job, it is all of them. Okay, Casey is rushed to the hospital after losing blood from a work-related accident. Because he was wearing a medical bracelet, the hospital staff knows that he has AB negative blood type. Answer the following questions, highlight by clicking the correct blood types. So highlight the antigens found on his blood cells. So for number 1, which one is it? A, B, RH? Again, he's AB negative. Very good, Fatima, yeah. Very good. So it is A and B, because that's what it says, AB, right? Antigens basically determine the blood types. Okay, so highlight the antibodies. Okay, so what are the antibodies that can be found in his plasma? What are the antibodies going to fight for? No, none, right? Because he already has AB. If you give it a B antibody, it will clot. It will bring clot to your blood. Transfuse blood. If you put the wrong blood type, it will clot it. You will die. Okay? Why? Because you don't want to fight against. The antibody wouldn't want to fight itself. You know what I mean? I don't know if I said it right. Sorry, you guys. My bad right now. I'm not thinking straight. Okay, so basically, so in here, the antibodies, there will be no antibodies. Okay? Let's look at number 3. Highlight the types of blood that Jason can receive in a blood transfusion. So what types of blood can Jason receive? Very good, Fatima. Again, he is AB negative. What kind of blood can he receive? Think about it. Can he receive A blood type? Yeah, he can. Can he receive B blood type? Yeah, he can. Why? Because he has no antibodies. He can actually get it from anybody. And I know this is BO, but remember that O is recessive. So this one is a blood type B. So this too is the same thing, blood type B. Okay. Okay, so B is, it's more dominant, it's a dominant gene. Yeah, I kind of made it a trick question on this one. I actually put BO. Yeah, the BO meaning it's part of like how the video was explaining it. How you might have part of your genes could be a O, okay, but but if you have a type B, B will be dominant, okay, will be the dominant gene. It's like when your father has blue eyes, your mother has brown eyes, you have brown eyes. Well, you might have the genes of blue eyes. Maybe your kids might express it, but you don't have that phenotype. You know what I mean? So this would be blood type B. Okay, then the O is there. It's just I added there something extra. Okay, the next one. Highlight. Okay, Susie type B plus and Caleb type O negative are sisters and brother. Highlight by clicking the correct blood types. So highlight the antigens found on Susie's blood cells. Is it A, B, RH? Which one are they? Very good, Fatima. Very good, Braxton. Come on, guys, a little bit more answers. It's B. So it's B, so that means it has to be B. And it's positive, so that means it has RH. Okay. Highlight the antigens found on Caleb's blood. He's O negative. Does Caleb have any antigens? No, remember he's O. So O has none. Okay, they're bold. Okay, so no antigens. Very good, Braxton Fatima. Next one. Okay, now let's look at clumps. You see clump? That's the blood type and that's the RH. Simple as that. That means it's positive. Okay, keep it simple. I'm going to show you the first one. This one right here is A, that's B, and that's RH. Okay, since it says A, then it's A. It's positive, then it's RH. And I'll show you the next one. This is A, and negative, you leave it alone. You can't do B because it's not B, okay? Okay, so let's look at the B plus. What is the answer? A, B, RH, what is it? Where would it clump? It needs to clump. Wherever you highlight it, that's where it clumps. Very good, Alondra. Very good, Braxton. Come on, Deandra. Aaliyah, I haven't heard from you. Joshua, Isaiah, Joshua, Carla, Lorenzo. Come on, you guys. Teamwork, you guys. Teamwork, super important. All your life. You gotta learn. Very good, Aaliyah. Yes, it is the top one right here, A. Oops, did I do it wrong? Yeah, my bad. It's not the top one. It's B, and then it's positive. So it's RH. So you just match it. Like this is B. That means that's where it clumps. In your lab, you're going to look for the clump, and that will tell you the blood type. Okay? Okay, let's look at B minus. Where will it clump? In the A, the B, and or RH?
The B.
Very good. Is that it? That's it, right? That is it. Okay, very good. Because it's negative. So the RH will look like liquid. And all the other ones will look like a liquid, and it will clump. When you put it will make a chemical reaction. It will clump in the B. Okay? Okay, now let's look at the AB plus. Where will it clump? Very good, Braxton. Where would it clump? Awesome. There we go, you guys. It's A, and B, right? Because it says A and B. That's where it clumps. And then positive, that's where it clumps as well. How about AB negative? Very good. Yes, just the A and the B. Why? Because it's negative. So the orange will look liquidy. The A and the B will be clumpy. Okay, you could tell the difference, really. You can really tell the difference. Okay, now O's. O plus. Where would it clump? A, B, RH. Where? Good question, Joshua. O, keep in mind that has no A and no B. It has no antigens. It's bold. So it will not clump on A and it will not clump on B. It will look liquidy. But however, it's positive. So it will clump on RH. You see that? Yes. Very good. Yes. Very good, Joshua. Okay, now the O negative. Where would it clump on the O negative? Very good, Fatima. You got it, girl. You're on fire. Awesome. Very good, Joshua. Where would it clump? On this one, remember that O is not A, does not have an A and a B. And it's also negative. So it won't clump on RH. Okay, so this one, there will be no clumping. All you will see is just the liquid. That's it. Okay, so that's how you can tell when on blood types, whenever you get your results, and you're not gonna see this A, you're gonna just see this results. You're gonna be like, oh, it's A, and it's negative. This was, oh, it's B, and it's negative. Oh, this was A. Yeah, I mean, wherever it clumps, that's where your blood, it will determine the blood type. The only tricky one will be probably the O's. Just keep in mind that O's do not have A and B. That's why they won't clump at all on A or B. Okay? B will clump only either on RH, and that will tell you only if it's positive. Okay, guys? Okay, let's go on to the next one. And this one is on your own. So I'll help you with the first one. A person gets donated blood injected into their bloodstream. That is called transfusion. And then you guys do the rest. Okay, guys? Pretty much that's a wrap. I love it. You guys were an awesome team. Gotta love it. Okay, I will see you guys tomorrow, you guys. Have a good one. Bye, you guys.
Miss, when are your grades due?
They are due March, I think March 16. I think I heard. March 16.
Okay, so I still have time to do the assignment.
Oh, yes, you do, sweetheart. A lot of time. Okay? So no.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Bye, sweetie.